Hi everybody, Roland Martin here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you everything I know about the proper way of launching a boat. Now I did a video with my little Heritage about 2 years ago and I left a couple things out. And I got a lot of criticism. All my subscribers wrote in and a lot of them read all my comments and they said, what about this and what about that? So today I'm going to try to cover the whole gamut and start from this preparation area. I'm going to take all the stuff that I need to have in the boat. I'm going to show how to check everything else before I even go fishing, and then I'm going to launch the boat. But first of all, let's start off with, let's get prepared for the day. What do I need to be out on the water? Well, you notice there's some cloud cover. So I got some rain gear. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, along with the rain gear, let's talk about I got good rain gear. Let's talk about life vests. Okay, I got a good life vest right there with a good kill switch all rigged up. So I got good safety equipment. Now, speaking of what to wear, I have extra clothes in the boat as well, just in case I get stranded out there. And I have some extra snacks and food and ice and water in the boat as well, just in case I'm stranded on the water. Okay. Now, some other things to prepare for that I just want to talk about. Bug spray. We're in Florida right now. There are a lot of mosquitoes. A good mosquito spray, or a good sunscreen. In fact, I put sunscreen on a couple times a day. Not only my face, but my lips and my arms, and I just put it all over. I also have a lip or a face guard. I'll put that on my lips and kind of really work that in. Okay. What else do we need in the boat? Super glue. How many times have I told you about super glue? I fixed Mel Tillis's tooth that time. I fix rod tips all the time. I use the super glue to hold a Cinco on the hook even better. I use the super glue constantly, all day long. Okay? A good penknife. You have to have a good sharp penknife, and that's sharp to cut braid, to just shave things off, to just any number of things. This comes in. I'm using a penknife or a pocket knife just constantly all day long. You have to have a good pocket knife or penknife. And I also have several pairs of pliers, besides the kind that cut hooks, the kind that remove hooks, the kind that just you know, every kind of thing in the world. Okay, a good hat. I use a good hat. Not that I wear a hat all the time. I don't wear a hat all the time, but I have it for the sunshade. And what about a good set of polarized sunglasses? Okay, that's real important because I'm a sight fisherman. I'm an ambush point fisherman. I like to go down the shoreline and I like to spot that underwater stump, that underwater rock, or even see those bass as they cruise around. So I need polarized sunglasses like these fisherman series that I have on here. Okay, so we have enough of this equipment. Now, one of the most important things that I want to talk about is having the right safety equipment. There's a couple things right here that I have, and that's one is I have to have a good fire extinguisher. You notice this little green button is out on top. That means it's fully charged and ready to go. All I have to do is pull this pin and hit the depression, and the fire extinguisher is 100%. Okay, so it's all ready to go. Okay, that's the first thing. But I have a little kit right here that's so cool. This is my safety kit that this is worth its weight in gold. First thing I have is a first aid kit on this thing. This is so cool. All boaters should have this. I got a first aid kit right here. It's one first aid kit. In this compartment, I have personal things. I don't know. There's some tissue papers, and there's a little poncho thing, and there's that, and then there's a tool kit down here. I have all sorts of tools for the spark plugs and for the rest of the boat. There's screwdrivers and stuff like that. Now in this compartment, look at this, is really cool. I have a flashlight. I have a air compressor to compress my tires in case I have a flat tire on the road. I also have another first aid kit. And this is a really nice big first aid kit. Look at this. It's got every kind of thing. It's got all kind of first aid stuff in there. So that's really good. I have an extra whistle. You know, you have to have whistles. Now I have a horn on this boat like here. Now I'm legal with the horn that's built in the boat, but also I have an additional whistle in case I'd have an electrical problem, which I don't think I would have. I do have an extra whistle. Now, also in this kit, look at this thing. I got a big tow rope. It's a big tow rope right here. Okay, now underneath the tow rope, there's some flares. I got a flare kit right here, so that at night or even in the daytime, I can activate a flare. And that's an emergency situation. I know in some states, when you're on intercoastal waterways, you have to have a flare. So you might want to check your local regulations to see if you're in the waterways that require that you have a flare and that you have a sounding device like a whistle or a horn. All those kind of things are on the intercoastal requirements for intercoastal waters. Okay, this little kit is so cool. I just love it to death. I carry it with me all the time. I store it in a compartment. It's always ready to go. I have everything as far as safety and first aid that I'll need. Okay, I got in my ice chest, I have plenty of water. I have all the hydration I need, plenty of ice, plenty of snacks. Inside, and speaking of snacks, here's what I kind of do. This sounds crazy, but you know, peanut butter offers a whole lot of energy in case you're out there. Also, I have a lot of nuts and candy and chocolates and stuff like that. This is kind of an emergency, little emergency thing. It's enough food to keep us going for a day or so. It's just not a whole lot of food, but it's just some food. Okay, I'm getting close to wanting to launch. I'm showing you all the safety equipment and all the stuff that I have before I launch, but let's get back to the boat itself. And let's get out of the boat for a second. Okay, speaking of getting out of the boat, I have a really neat setup here. This is my little walkway, and I had this installed on my boat. I can get in and out of my boat really easily this way with this step. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook my front strap, because I'm going to back it down, not all the way into the water, but just somewhat into the water. Some people put a lot of different straps on. I just put the one strap on. Okay, now so the front's free. This is a float-on trailer. So in other words, I don't have to get the boat completely off the trailer. I can power it off with my motor. Okay. Okay, the other thing that I have is I've checked my tire pressures as well, and you know, you've seen truckers go around their boat and they go, listen to that. A trucker can tell the air pressure by the sound of knocking on the tire. I can kind of do the same. I know what's flat and what's not flat. These are good and plenty of air, 55 pounds of air, and I have good packed wheels. I mean, the wheels have plenty of grease. Okay. I've checked the trailer lights. The trailer lights work, so I know I have a good deal. Now let's talk about getting ready to actually launch the boat. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this engine toter strap. That's the first thing. It's kind of hard to do. And then I'm going to jack it up a little bit. Okay. Now, you notice I have plenty of battery power. That's a big part of it. Now, along with that strap there are two other straps in the boat that hold the boat onto the trailer in case there's a wreck or in case it just bounces leak. Now, to release that, what I do, I push this button in here and I release the strap like this, and then I put it back down on that thing now. Now it's almost free. There's one more strap. One more strap. Okay, that strap's off. Okay, you really only need one strap. Okay, power poles are up, lights are in, we're ready to go. Okay, remember this is a float-on trailer, so I can back the trailer halfway into the water and then power it off the rest of the way. Let's get started. Boy, the big bass are biting, so I'm getting ready. That didn't take too long. Oh, you notice also I have my net, my big landing net. I got that ready. My seats are all ready, all in place. I'm just about ready to launch. Okay, before I actually launch, there's one last thing I have to do. And that's I have to check to see if my drain plug's in. It sounds embarrassing, but every once in a while, somebody will take my drain plug out and I won't know that it's in or out. It's in. I can see it's all screwed in. I'm perfectly all right. I'm ready to go ahead and launch. Now, I'm not going to float it off right now. I'm just going to put it somewhat in the water and I'm going to power it off, okay? Okay. When I get it in about that deep, right there, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to get to the boat, This is so cool with the little step that I have. It's so cool because I can step up there so easy. Just step right up here on the boat. See, isn't this really cool? Walking up there like this. Now, I usually put my life vest on for any kind of running, but for just taking the boat off the trailer, I'm not going to put the life vest on for right now, but I do wear a life vest. Don't get me wrong. Start it up. Put the engine down. Put it down. It has a jack plate. I got to get it at the right height. Okay, it also has a trim. I get the engine trimmed down, and now I'm just going to back it up off the trailer. Okay. Okay, folks, that's about everything you need to know about how to take the boat and launch the boat. There's one last thing. I'm going to now pretend like I'm going to put the boat and take the boat out again. So let's just kind of reverse our step a little bit. Let me get back in the truck just for a second. Let's pretend like I've gone out fishing. Let's back the boat down the proper distance. Let's back the trailer down. I'm going to back the trailer down to the water the right distance. Remember, I can power it on the trailer. I don't have to have the trailer where it's going to float completely. Okay, now it looks like you say, well, golly day, is that about the right depth? I know from looking at my wheel wells and looking at the bumpers that it goes on that that's the right level to power it up onto the trailer. Let's put it on the trailer and see what happens. You have to know your boat. Every boat has a different way of fitting on the trailer, and every launch ramp has a different angle. So you have to experiment a little bit at different launch ramps at times. Let me back up a little bit. Let's put it okay. We put it gently. Put it up on the rail. On the rail. Not too fast. Don't get in a big hurry. Just get it up nice and easy. I keep my motor trimmed up a little bit because I don't want to hit the concrete. And sometimes I'll take my jack plate and I'll put my jack plate up a little bit higher so that I don't hit the propeller on the concrete. Now I just gently go forward until the bow eye is nestled really snug. There, it's just as snug as can be. Okay, now I'm going to trim this up. Shut the engine down. I'm all jacked up. Turn my electronics off. My electronics are off. Of course, I could put all the things away that would blow away. Well, folks, I hope I've shown you a few things. Everything that you need to know about launching your boat and by putting the boat back on the trailer as well. Now I have to get it up in the parking lot. There's a few things I have to do before I leave. Okay, let's secure the boat for the long ride home. It's an easy job. First step, I just hook up my front bow line. Make sure it's ratcheted a proper way. There, it's tight. And now I take my engine toter. Get my engine toter. Coming to the back of the boat real quick. I've jacked it up, and my engine's already jacked up high. All I have to do now is put this in position, get my power trim up, come right back down again, come right over here with this thing here, and we'll hook this strap up. While we're at it, we'll just hit this strap in the back, hook it up, tighten it up, and this one last one. We're ready to rock and roll. Folks, hey, that wasn't hard. I did it all myself in just a few minutes. Launching a boat the proper way doesn't take too long if you know what you're doing. Okay, I hope I told you everything you need to know, everything I know about launching a boat. particularly all the safety equipment that you're required to have as well. So folks, we'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I love doing these how-to videos. Hey, we'll see you again soon. Thank you.